Hello, and welcome to your free introduction class on how you can reconnect with the one who got away in a healthy way for good. You are here today to get an inside look at how you can start repairing your relationship today so that you can get back with your ex in the easiest, fastest way possible and make sure that your relationship is better than it ever was before. Now, if that sounds good to you, I want you to type hello in the chat so I can see who's here. Now, I'm going to try not to focus too much on the chat so that I can get through today's class and get you on your way as quick as possible. Most of your questions will be answered in today's class, but I will provide my contact information a little bit later so that you can reach out with any questions after this meeting. Today, you'll be learning about the same strategy that hundreds of my clients have already used to fix their relationships. Like Amy, who got her ex back using my signature method in less than 3 months. Today, they're not only back together, but their relationship is stronger than it ever was before their breakup. They're spending all their time together, celebrating holidays and birthdays as a happy couple, and they're beginning to plan for marriage. You're going to hear a lot more success stories while you're here today. Just note that I have changed all of the names of the clients that you're going to hear about in order to protect their privacy. But the stories and their testimonials are 100% real and verified, as you'll see in their self-written reviews. Now, let's take a brief moment to make sure that you are in the right place before we get to the good stuff. This class is a good fit for you and will be helpful only if you are looking for a romantic reunion with an ex that you were in a situationship with, or a friend who has friend zoned you and you want to take that relationship to the next level. If you are 100% sure that you want to be in a healthy relationship with this person, but you're just not sure how to get the relationship back on track. If you're ready to take steps towards your healthy reunion and you're not afraid to commit to yourself and your relationship, or you won't let your fear stop you. If you are someone who goes for what they want, instead of making fear-based excuses of why you won't even try. If you're excited to learn about a proven method that always works, regardless of your current circumstances. If you understand the life-changing value that fixing this relationship truly has. Truly being able to share your life with this person will shape every aspect of your future, from who you marry to who you build a family with and who is by your side when you're old and gray. And if you know that your dream relationship is worth investing time, money, and energy into, because choosing your life partner is one of the most important choices that you can make with the time that you have here on this earth. On the other hand, today's free class is not a good use of your time if you are already in a relationship with the person you want to be with, or you have not yet met a person that you want to be with. If you're very wishy-washy and you're not even really sure that you want to be with this person, even if the relationship was healthy and stable, and if your partner showed up in the way that you've always wanted them to, you're still not sure you'd want them. If you are unwilling to heal from the past, let go of resentment, and build a healthy future with this person. If you're unwilling to take accountability for your situation and you think that your partner is completely to blame and they should do 100% of the work to fix the relationship. If your relationship was abusive or unsafe in any way. If you're the type of person who needs to wait for signs before you will even begin to work on yourself or your relationship. If you are someone who is often stuck in indecision or talks yourself out of even trying to make healthy choices for your future. If your fear of what if it doesn't work stops you from even trying to make it work in the first place. If you're very close-minded or very skeptical. If your relationship is not really worth investing time, money, or energy into, and you're offended that programs may cost money, even if it's only a few dollars a month and a few minutes a day. And listen, there are no hard feelings if this class is not a good fit for you at this time. I really never want anyone to waste their time, which is why I'm so upfront about these things right away. Hopefully, most of you are in the right place, and I am so excited to help teach you some valuable information today. But before we get into some great tips that you can start applying right away, allow me to tell you a bit about myself and why you should even spend your time listening to my advice. My name is Coach Katie, and I have been teaching manifestation professionally for over 2 years now. However, I've been studying both manifestation and psychology for almost a decade. And before you stick your nose up at the word manifestation, let's take a pause and a nice deep breath. Manifestation is often misunderstood. In all reality, it has nothing to do with magic or crystals or astrology or the moon. Manifestation is science, and it's something everyone is doing all the time, whether they know about it or even believe in it or not. We'll get more in depth about what manifestation truly is in just a few minutes, but remember, this class is only helpful if you are someone who is open-minded and willing to learn about new perspectives, instead of just repeating the same echo chamber ideas that got you to the point of a breakup in the first place. Keep in mind, I am a huge skeptic myself, and I never buy into bandwagon ideas without plenty of proof that they are actually effective and worth my time. That's why I'm so excited to share this information with you today, because not only is it backed by science, safe, easy, and effective, it always works. Today, over 1,000 couples have been helped by this method already. Like Anthony, who used the reunion program to reunite with his high school sweetheart, even though they had not spoken to each other in 10 years and were both married to other people. But despite all that, within just a few months, they were able to make a clean separation from the marriages they had outgrown and reconnect with the one who got away. It was magical the way that the timing worked out so smoothly, but it wasn't really magic at all. It was my simple step-by-step method that can be applied to anyone in any situation. But it's not just my clients who have had success with this method. I developed the reunion program after I myself went through a devastating breakup with the love of my life, but was able to repair the relationship in just a few short weeks. Today, my former ex is now my husband, and our relationship is happier and healthier than I honestly even imagined it could be. We live in our dream house. We both own thriving businesses, and we are starting a family. So this method I'm about to share with you has completely changed my life in every way possible. And that's why I'm so excited to be sharing it with you today. My most sincere hope is that I can share what I've learned with you and save you decades of time and energy so that you can experience what you want in life easier and faster than you ever thought possible. And yes, that includes repairing your relationship with the one who got away, but it also means repairing your relationship with self. My clients think they're coming to me just to get their exes back, but in the process, they transform their entire lives. My clients not only get their exes back, they have been relieved of chronic pain. They get raises and promotions. They get hired for their rare dream jobs. They find cheap houses in tough markets with no catches. They fix relationships with their families and friends. They get in the best shapes of their lives. And they've even gotten some free cars and won up to $15,000. This stuff is no joke. Like Chloe, whose ex reached out to her after just a few days of starting the course, even though they had been in no contact for months. She also noticed an immediate decrease in her negative thoughts and started to feel better about herself. And with hundreds of success stories like Chloe's, I sleep very well at night knowing that the help I offer is making the world a better place. Hopefully, you're starting to see that it doesn't matter where you're starting from or whether you've even heard of manifestation before. You can get these same incredible results no matter what. In fact, it does not matter at all why you and your ex broke up, how long ago you broke up, whether they said they never want to see you again, if they moved to a different country, or even if they're dating someone else. This program still works. Again, this is not a program to help you fix an abusive relationship, and I will never condone going back to an unsafe situation. But barring that extreme circumstance, you absolutely can get your ex back, better than ever, and stay together for good this time. Even if you've tried other programs or you've been to therapy and you think you know everything about manifestation and well-being already, you'd be surprised at how eye-opening reunion really is. Like this review from Samantha, who had wasted a ton of money on other courses that didn't work before finally finding Reunion. Within just days of starting the program, she was able to truly understand the root of her problem with the breakup so that she could get to working on getting back together safely and effectively. And hopefully by this point, after several reviews and hearing my background, you're really ready to dive into what this program is all about. And if you're ready for some helpful tips and to get into the meat and potatoes of what this is all about, type "ready" in the chat. Awesome. Then let's get started. Let's begin by talking more about what manifestation really is and what it really isn't. In simple terms, manifestation is your insides becoming your outsides. It's the way your beliefs, thoughts, feelings, words, and actions shape your entire life experience. Beliefs, thoughts, feelings, words, and actions make up my signature 5-pillar system, but we'll dive into this more a bit later. Again, this has nothing to do with magic or tarot or crystals. I am not going to ask you to recite some magical words over and over to make your ex come back. Manifestation is backed by science. Our thoughts play a big part in creating our reality. I'm going to briefly show you some examples to prove this, and I welcome you to dig deeper into this research on your own if you're a nerd or a skeptic like me. Because seeing the science behind manifestation really helped me get on board with this process. And getting on board will certainly help you get better results. The double slit experiment shows that particles, which are the building blocks of our world, behave differently based on whether or not they're being observed. Even on an atomic level, manifestation is shaping everything that we know. The gateway process, as detailed in the now declassified CIA report, is a training system used to alter states of consciousness and literally escape the restrictions of time and space. This technique has been used to access parallel realities or to quantum leap. The science behind this gets way more technical than we have time to get into today, but I strongly encourage you to learn a bit about quantum physics and many worlds theory, as they're all related and help you get a scope of how manifestation shapes our lives without us even realizing it. And finally, for the sake of time, the third piece of evidence I will cite is an observation of the effects of visualization. In one study, participants were divided into 3 groups. Group 1 physically practiced basketball on a court for 30 days. Group 2 was instructed to only practice basketball for 30 days in their minds, imagining each time they threw the ball as they mentally practiced their shots. And Group 3, the control, was instructed not to physically play basketball nor imagine playing it. At the conclusion of this experiment, Group 3 expectedly did not improve their game at all. Group 1, who physically practiced basketball, improved by 24%. And shockingly, Group 2, who practiced only in their minds, improved by 23%, proving that what we rehearse in our minds can actually impact our physical world just as much as taking physical action. So if everything is a manifestation, how come everyone doesn't always have what they want? Why aren't our lives an endless string of perfection? Why do we even have problems or breakups in the first place? And why is it that some people can try to manifest their exes back without success? Well, just because something happens naturally doesn't mean it happens perfectly. And manifestation is not some sort of magical fairy thinking that automatically gives you everything you want. Manifestation gives you what you are. So, if you are currently someone who sees the worst in everything, whose attention is drawn towards negativity, and who participates in the worst case scenario thinking as a way to protect themselves from disappointment, you are being someone whose life is filled with negativity and disappointment. But if, on the other hand, you genuinely embody a life that tends to be carefree, joyful, and positive, you are more likely to find your outer world reflecting the beauty you are being inside. Now, this does not mean that we should just think positive thoughts or ignore negative things in order to manifest our dream lives. This does not mean that you should mindlessly recite affirmations about how happy you are and how perfect life is. And this does not mean that you should avoid any negative feelings for fear that they will manifest negatively in your life. And that's where a lot of people go wrong. But living authentically from a positive state of being is not as hard as most people make it. And it certainly is not something you can or should fake your way into. So let's dig a little deeper into some of the most common pitfalls that people find themselves in when they try to learn how to manifest all on their own. First of all, circumstances don't matter. If you're familiar with manifestation, you've probably heard this saying about 100 times. But this saying is not actually correct. The phrase should be, circumstances never have to matter, because in fact, they will always matter for as long as you decide to make them matter. Circumstances all come down to perspective. That's why two people can be in the exact same situation, but feel completely different about it. That's why some breakups feel like the worst thing that has ever happened to you, and some feel like a fresh new start. Circumstances are never the real problem. They are only a symptom of a problem in our 5 pillars, because nothing can manifest in our reality without first taking root in our 5 pillars. Just like a runny nose doesn't happen because your nose just sucks and is unlucky and can't do anything right, the real issue is things like bacteria or allergies. Negative circumstances don't happen because life just sucks and the universe is out to get you. They happen because something went wrong in your 5-pillar system long enough for a physical manifestation of that problem to appear in your life. Because of this, trying to fix your breakup will never work. Trying to fix a circumstance is like only focusing on mopping up the blood on the floor instead of mending to a wound that caused the mess in the first place. Another less gross analogy that I like to use for this is, imagine you are in a movie theater, but you don't like what's showing on the screen. You try to stand directly in front of the screen and block the image, but it just keeps projecting on the back of your head. You could even try to tear the screen down, but that same image would just continue to play out on the wall behind the screen. No, the only real way to change what's being shown is to go inside the back room, remove the film that is the source of the image, and either edit out the parts you don't like or swap it out for another film entirely. In the same way, we cannot run around trying to fix a breakup. We cannot convince an ex to come back or entice them to want to get back together or force them to fall back in love with us. By the time things have reached the point of a breakup, talking through things rarely works. Instead, we need to take a real, brave look at our 5 pillars and do the inner work within ourselves. If you're still with me and you feel excited to start learning how to manifest easily and effectively right away, why can't you just figure it all out on your own? Well, I won't sit here and tell you you can't. After all, that's mostly what I did. I spent years doing my own research online and looking through books. I went through endless iterations of trial and error all on my own. I put off hiring a manifestation coach for as long as I possibly could. After all, I had access to the internet. And every day there's a new miraculous manifestation method that promises to fix all of life's problems in less than 24 hours. All I had to do was write my ex's name 100 times a day. Or write down a wish and sleep with it under my pillow. Or replace all of my negative thoughts with positive ones. And simply just be positive. But the problem is, none of those things actually work. Not a single one of them. In fact, most fad methods you see online will give you opposite results because they're all so focused on fixing circumstances instead of making permanent and effective changes to your 5 pillars. Most manifestation techniques require you to believe in things that are so far off from what you actually feel is true that they drain your energy and make you even more doubtful, especially when you don't get instant results. It's a trap. You do not need to repeat robotic affirmations all day or consult a psychic or buy special crystals or hire a witch on Etsy to get your ex to come back. Remember, your partner did not dump you because you didn't have the right kind of rose quartz, or because you weren't sleeping with their name under your pillow, or because you didn't light a magical love candle. Babe, if you think these things will fix your relationship, with all due respect, you need to snap out of it. You're being delulu in a bad way. Relationships do not end because some witch put a hex on your lover. And if you genuinely believe that that is the cause of all of your problems, you are frankly not ready to take the accountability that is necessary to fix your relationship or truly to date anyone right now. Apologies for the tough love, but this is serious business. Everyone needs a wake-up call sometimes, and I wouldn't be so straightforward if I didn't truly care and if I wasn't prepared to offer a realistic alternative that actually works. You certainly can do what I did. You can spend the next 10 years doing free research online. But the information online is free for a reason. Now, I'm not just here to sell you a program that will drain your life savings. In fact, the Reunion program is truly affordable on any budget. That's why there are even houseless individuals enrolled in the program who got their exes back on literally the tightest budget imaginable. But hopefully, you will find value in today's free class, even if you decide not to work together more closely. It's so easy to just give up on a relationship these days, especially when it seems like your ex has given up already. Between seemingly negative circumstances, loads of free misinformation, endless research and trial and error, lack of direction, lack of support, most people don't get their exes back. In fact, only about 14% of couples where one partner wants to reunite actually end up getting back together long term. Another 14% do reconnect, but only briefly before breaking up again for good. And a whopping 70% of couples never get back together at all. This is truly heartbreaking math. The odds are not in your favor. But luckily, you have access to information that most people don't even know exists. You have the opportunity to utilize the blueprint to fix any relationship for good, even if it seems impossible, even if your ex said they never want to see you again, even if they blocked you, and even if you haven't spoken in years. Like Laura, who got unblocked, established contact with her ex after being months of no contact, all within just a couple of weeks of joining the reunion program. Fixing your relationship shouldn't be any harder than it needs to be. Having the exact step-by-step process to start repairing your relationship today will save you immeasurable amounts of time, money, and energy. Remember, what you put into anything is equal to what you will get out of it. Now, before we get into the details of everything I offer with the reunion program, I want to give you some more helpful information for free, because I really do believe that it's important to understand the philosophy of this program to determine if it's the right fit for you. One thing you'll find in this program, especially compared to other options on the market, is that this program is very well-rounded. Reunion will not be hyper-focused on your ex and how to get them back immediately, but it's also not purely based on self. So no, this program won't make you hyper-fixated on getting your ex back, and it won't tell you to just let go and ignore your ex either. This is all about healthy balance, and that's part of what makes it work so well. Now, today's class wouldn't be complete without providing some insight into the 5 pillars of manifestation. As a refresher, your 5 pillars are your beliefs, thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. These 5 pillars are the cause behind all of our life experiences and the key to creating the future we want to experience. We'll start with the first pillar, beliefs, the foundation and the most influential pillar that we have. Beliefs are ultimately what manifest consistently, and beliefs are the core of the other 4 pillars. Beliefs can be created through thoughts and experiences, but ultimately, once something becomes a belief, it informs everything we think and do indefinitely. Sometimes this plays to our advantage. For example, if you believe that money is abundant and easy to obtain, you won't have much trouble getting and staying wealthy. But if you've come to believe that money is scarce and hard to come by, getting rich is going to be a struggle for you. The good news is that we always have the option to heal our limiting beliefs, as long as we're willing to become aware of them and have the tools to transform them. Part of the work that we do in Reunion is to bring our subconscious beliefs to the forefront so that we can reinforce healthy beliefs and make any changes that we see fit. Belief systems surrounding a breakup may include things like, our relationship was too good to be true. True love doesn't really exist. I'm unlucky in love. I'm too young or too old for true love. Men or women are all trash these days. No one is trustworthy and loyal anymore. My ex is done with me for good. My ex will never change. Our relationship is ruined beyond repair. And trust me, I understand this type of thinking. I've been there myself many, many times. But I've also shifted those negative perspectives. And as absolutely true and real as they all may seem, as much evidence as you have collected to support these harmful beliefs, I promise you, not a single one of them is an objective truth. And you are not stuck believing these things forever if you're willing to try something new. See, beliefs can be formed in many ways, but most often they come from an unintentional focus on negative perspectives. In reality, most things in life are not positive or negative until we categorize them as such. Even death can be beautiful if you choose to see it that way. Many religions, for example, view death as an ascension to a perfect afterlife, a beautiful reunion with all the ancestors who love you, and a release from the pain of earthly living. Even though we miss people when they pass on, depending on your beliefs, you may also feel gratitude for your loved one's graduation to ultimate peace and eternal well-being. Now, if something as morbid and widely despised as death can be a blessing, depending on your belief system, surely your breakup can be a good thing too. In our work together, I will help lovingly guide you to see the beneficial truth that this breakup happened to allow you and your partner to grow and to come back together stronger and happier than ever before. This is not the end of your love story. It's a new beginning. You will learn how to believe in what you want more than you believe in what you fear. You will authentically focus on success instead of failure. And you will feel a massive weight lifted when you embody the truth that nothing can stop you from living the life you deeply desire, except for yourself. No outside forces are against you when you fully believe in self. I'm sure you can see how this mindset shift will completely transform not only your relationship with your ex, but all relationships in your life. Your relationship with self, with money, with health, and so on. If you truly believed everything was working in your favor, that you always find your way forward, that you deserve good things, and that anything is possible, the world would open up to you with a quickness that would make your head spin. And that is what you will learn to do in Reunion. Which brings us to Pillar 2, thoughts. Let me ask you, since your breakup or rejection from the person you want to be with, have you had a lot of negative thoughts? For almost everyone, the answer is yes. It's common and understandable that we would be battling a seamlessly endless string of negative thoughts after something so painful. And although I do not promote toxic positivity or obsessively thinking about what you want in order to get it, you most certainly can have a majority of positive thoughts that feel good throughout the day, even when challenges arise. And these thoughts can happen automatically and authentically. There is no point in trying to force and fake positivity all day long. That's exhausting and ineffective. There is a better, easier way. And part of it comes from no longer pushing against negative thinking. There is no need to be afraid of the uncomfortable voices in your head. We can learn to simply observe negative thoughts without judgment and lovingly guide our minds towards thoughts that feel better, but also feel true. You'll find that my method is deeply rooted in psychology. You'll learn a variety of strategies, 42 in fact, both mental and physical, to reshape your thinking in a way that benefits you and feels good every step of the way. We do this gradually, taking deliberate but reasonable steps towards natural positive thought. So there is less discomfort and resistance to change. I won't lie to you. This process will be uncomfortable at times. You should not set out to change your life and think it's going to be a cakewalk with absolutely no effort or challenges. But it also shouldn't feel exhausting or misaligned. It shouldn't take up hours and hours of your day, and it shouldn't feel fake. Speaking of feeling, let's dive into the third pillar of manifestation. Unfortunately, feelings are not something we can control directly. Rather, we shape our feelings using our other 4 pillars. If you are willing to feel temporarily uncomfortable to finally get everything you want in life, you are a good candidate for this program. Everything you have ever dreamed of but have not obtained yet is on the other side of discomfort. Discomfort and even fear are actually positive feelings in many cases because they signal real change. And when you're looking to change your internal and external circumstances, fear and discomfort are actually what you should strive for. In Reunion, you'll learn how to handle negative feelings like these, as well as impatience, doubt, feeling drained, resentment, anger, jealousy, hopelessness, sadness, and defeat. You will have a safe and supportive space to process these feelings in a healthy way. This way, you can accept how you feel now while taking action to move towards better feelings. You will also be able to self-soothe instead of always relying on other people or things to make you feel better. And you will learn how to feel the way you want to feel authentically, regardless of your current circumstances. Now, I have some news for you about our 4th pillar, words. And I think you're going to like it. This is something you can start putting into action right away, today. In fact, we'll run through a little exercise together in class that you can take with you and apply as much as you'd like. The good news, words are the easiest pillar to change. That's right, you can literally start improving the way you speak about your breakup to help you get back together immediately. This is because words are the easiest thing to become aware of, and we have full control over what we say for the majority of people. Most people don't have as much awareness around what they think or believe, or sometimes even how they feel. But words are very obvious to observe and completely within most people's control. For our exercise, I want you to take a moment to recall how you've been speaking about your breakup lately. Maybe it's the way you talk about your situation, saying things like, "It's over for good," or "This circumstance means that we're not getting back together. It's impossible." Maybe it's the way that you speak about your ex, saying things like, "They'll never change in the ways that I need them to," or "They moved on," or "Maybe we're just not meant to be." That's not true. Or perhaps it's how you speak about yourself, saying things like, "I miss them so much," or "I really screwed things up," or "I can't forgive them." Think it over and choose one statement that you make most often and feels the worst to say. When you have your statement, I want you to write it down. You don't need to type it here in the chat, but hey, you can if you'd like to. When you're done, read that statement out loud to yourself a few times. I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. And I want you to notice, as you're saying that statement, how does it feel to say? What other negative thoughts are coming up while you say it? What types of actions or inactions does that statement compel you towards? You'll probably find that this negative statement makes you feel bad. Maybe you feel hopeless, tired, or ashamed. Maybe you feel helpless to change your situation. And those feelings draw your mind towards even more negative thoughts like, this will never work. There's nothing I can do to fix it. I should just let them go, even though I love them with all my heart. Whew. And of course, those thoughts push you towards actions that reflect your desperation, like texting several long paragraphs to your ex about how much you miss them and you want to make it work. Don't do that. Or posting a hot selfie on your social media to make them miss you. Or your hopelessness drives you towards inaction, like blocking your ex's number, deleting all your photos, and giving up on your relationship. All these reactions to your verbal statement are understandable, and they're all a part of the reason why your ex is not back yet. See, when you speak negatively about your breakup, it overflows to all your other pillars, and it steers your life towards a reality where you're never getting back together. Okay, I know this exercise has not been very fun so far, but bear with me because it is about to get good. Now, I want you to rewrite that statement in a way that sounds more optimistic, but is still mostly believable. I'm not asking you to write a straight up lie, but I do want you to be more open to a more positive perspective. For example, if your statement was, my ex is totally over me, so I should just give up on trying. You can rewrite it to say something like, in all honesty, I don't know how my ex feels right now. I've been assuming they're over me because we haven't talked in a while or because they posted a picture with a new fling, but it's possible that we haven't talked because they are processing the breakup in a different way and it hurts them to talk to me right now because they still miss me. Or that new person that they posted is just a rebound or a friend or a coworker. I understand that people cope with heartbreak in different ways, even by flat out saying, I'm over you, when they're not. I know that our relationship was important to them, and I believe that deep down, they probably do still have love for me. Now, you don't have to write that whole entire paragraph for time's sake, but I do want you to reimagine a perspective where things might not be as bad as they seem. Open your heart to an alternative story about what's really going on. A story that supports the possibility of you two eventually working on things and getting back together. I'll give you a minute to reflect and write a sentence or two that feels better to say. And when you're done, type done in the chat. Okay. Remember, if you need more time, you can always come back to this exercise after class. But for those of you who are done, I want you to read your new statement out loud. How does it feel to say? Do you feel more hopeful than you did before? Maybe you have a bit more energy or even a smile on your face. What types of thoughts does this statement inspire? Maybe you're now thinking that there is still a chance of you getting back together, or at least that your ex might not hate you. Maybe you're thinking less negatively about yourself. What types of actions are you now driven to? Perhaps you feel more open to learning about how to fix your relationship. Or you feel like taking a walk to get some fresh air and relax after this class. Maybe you even feel inspired towards more healthy inaction, like not desperately texting your ex today or canceling a sketchy Tinder date because you made it because you were lonely. This is just a very short example of one of the many ways that our words affect how we think, feel, and act. And I'm sure you can imagine how feeling better, having more hopeful thoughts, and acting in healthier ways can increase your chances of actually fixing this relationship. So, for the rest of the day, I want you to simply notice when you're speaking negatively about yourself, your ex, or your situation, and consciously choose to replace those words with something that you might say if you actually believed you could fix the relationship. Finally, let's talk about the fifth pillar, actions. This can be one of the most powerful pillars that you have, but it's often the most misunderstood. Generally, people who are not familiar with manifestation are only focused on what actions they can take to fix the relationship. Things like buying flowers, showing up at places where your ex might be, don't do that, that's weird, or sending an apology letter to try to win them back. Even people who are familiar with manifestation can way overdo it on their actions. This includes wild fad techniques like the 369 method. I'm sorry, I know people love that one. This is a method where you spend all day or parts of your entire day mindlessly writing magical sentences to make your ex come back. Or you do love spells to control your ex's mind and make them obsessed with you. Or you buy special love crystals to increase your loving energy and compel your partner to come back. My friend, no. These things will never work, ever. Any success that you might possibly find will be underwhelming and fleeting because it's simply a placebo. These things can only work marginally because you believed that they would work. It was, in fact, your belief that gave you any results at all. But none of these things actually change your 5 pillars, so your success is short-lived and leaves you confused about why it seemed to work at first, but now nothing is working. This is one reason so many people give up on manifestation. But remember, those things are not manifestation. Manifestation is something we are already doing naturally in our everyday lives. Every day we have beliefs or perspectives. Every day we think, we have feelings, we speak, we act. That's why it's so important to take inspired action instead of uninspired action. And fad techniques like the ones we just covered are simply just fads. Those are actions you take to try to force your manifestation, to change your reality, to escape the circumstances you're currently in. Instead, we want to embrace where we're at now and confidently use it to your advantage to move in the direction of where you want to be. We should never be trying to fix our breakup. We should be embodying the version of self who knows that we're getting back together and that our relationship will be better than it ever was before. The reunion program will teach you the sometimes subtle but massively impactful difference between inspired action and uninspired action. You'll also learn how to identify bad habits that are keeping you and your partner separated and how to replace them with positive habits that actually benefit you both. And of course, you'll learn about science-backed manifestation techniques that are rooted in psychology and actually work. They actually make sense. No more writing your ex's name on bay leaves or burning a purple candle under the full moon. Be so for real. You knew that was never going to fix your relationship. You just didn't know anything else to try, and nothing really seemed to work. Reunion will walk you through step by step exactly what to do and what not to do, without being too narrowly specific or conceptually vague. You need a plan that is custom tailored to your unique preferences, but exact enough to never leave you guessing. In Reunion, you'll learn how to develop your own day-to-day routine to repair your relationship, and it does not require more than a few minutes a day. Remember, you should not be obsessing about how to get your ex back. You just need a few focused strategies that you can do quickly without rushing that will get you results in the easiest way possible, with no hocus pocus or mindless repetition. You've wasted enough time already and enough energy trying to fix this relationship. It's time to do something that actually works. Now that you have a real understanding of what manifestation is, let's apply it specifically to repairing your relationship. Reunion gives you unlimited access to my signature 5-pillar method, so you'll always have a go-to plan for every part of your reunion journey. These instructions are so simple, you can apply them even under stress. I've included access to specific steps that you can take for any internal or external circumstance you may come across, and have answers to every question every client has ever asked, which is a lot of answers when there have already been about 1,000 clients. Plus, you'll have exclusive access to my members-only comment section where you can get answers and support from people who are also getting their relationships back on track, and answers directly from me as well. You'll never again be left wondering what to do or how to get your ex back. There is a version of you who truly has it all and is just waiting for you to step up and become your best self. You absolutely can feel secure in your relationship, even if you've always been anxious or avoidant in relationships past. And you sure as hell can connect with the best version of your partner as well. They are not too stubborn to change. They are not incapable or unwilling to be better permanently. You simply haven't learned how to align with the best version of them yet. Until now. I know these are big statements, and I don't take them lightly. This is all based off of feedback I've gotten from hundreds and hundreds of clients and from my personal experience as well. And truly, making this choice can be easy. Hell, it's a lot easier than trying to figure it all out on your own and failing so many times that it starts to feel impossible altogether. It's so much easier than trying to self-diagnose what's wrong without any real direction. And it's certainly easier than endlessly trying to treat the obvious symptoms that have gotten out of control instead of fixing the real roots of the problem. Best of all, the Reunion program is affordable on any budget. If you remember from earlier, even houseless people have been able to afford this program. I'm not playing around here. I want to help as many people as possible, while still, of course, helping provide for myself and my family. That's why I offer 2 different versions of Reunion. So whether you prefer the cheapest option possible with the basic essential information that you need to get your ex back, or you are fully invested in saving this relationship and you want lifetime access to the best help you can find anywhere, I've got you. I even offer payment plans for US residents. Let's start by exploring the best option I offer, the Reunion Full Course. With the full program, you'll get lifetime access to 22 video modules with over 21 hours of content spread out over 7 weeks. In week 1, you'll create your own effective feel-good routine that is custom to you. Understand the essential steps to making no-nonsense manifestation techniques actually work for you, and ensure that you have a solid foundation of self to work with before you dive in to saving your relationship. In week 2, you'll gain in-depth insights into the first 3 pillars of manifestation: beliefs, thoughts, and feelings. Uncover hidden limiting beliefs and heal them for good. Reduce or eliminate negative thinking based on science and psychology. And learn how to actually feel better, not just fake it till you make it. Week 3 walks you through words, actions, and what to do if there was cheating in your relationship. Turn your words into your wand. Navigate various levels of contact, create healthy habits, and take inspired action, and transcend cheating in a healthy way. Week 4 will help you learn how to remove third parties safely, rise above relationship killers like resistance, doubt, and impatience, and avoid the most common mistakes people make when trying to reunite with their ex. Week 5 has the secret sauce. You'll understand how to eliminate hot and cold behavior so that you can get consistent, reliable results. You'll learn how to manifest a text, even if you're blocked or haven't spoken in years. And speed up your results by quantum leaping to your desired reality like a pro. Week 6 is when things really get easy and fun. You'll be able to learn how to live in the end, which is a short way of saying you're going to feel calm and confident and easy breezy about getting back together. I'll also give you my absolute favorite tips and tricks for reuniting your relationship. And we'll go over some definite signs that your ex is already on their way back to you. Finally, in week 7, we'll wrap it up with what to do if, for some reason, you have not seen external results from your ex yet, and exactly how to troubleshoot any lingering sticking points that may still be hanging around. Of course, you'll have plenty of prompts and exercises along the way. These will help guide you to the exact steps to take to ensure your relationship's success and inspire you towards becoming your best self. I've also included 3 audio files to help make this process as easy and enjoyable as possible. You'll have lifetime access to my specifically curated love playlist with over 100 songs to help you get excited about reconnecting with your partner. A guided visualization called the container exercise, which is a therapeutic technique to safely remove negative thoughts from your daily life so that you can work through them later when it's convenient for you, instead of feeling bombarded and inconvenienced by intrusive negative thoughts. And my viral Get Your Ex Back meditation with formulated affirmations, subliminals, and binaural beats to more easily form healthy belief systems about self, your partner, and love in general. You'll get unlimited access to this 7-week program and the exclusive support section for life with the full reunion program. Between the hours of video lessons containing a decade of research, the customizable exercises and prompts, the audio files, and the lifetime support, this program is valued at $4,635. And for the opportunity to literally determine who you spend the rest of your life with, it's a bargain at that price. But no, I'm not charging anywhere near that price for you today. Most people who are already in this program joined at the very reasonable price of $8.99, and they were happy to pay it to finally reconnect with the love of their life, and experience the type of relationship they've always wanted to have with their partners. But I'm not going to charge you $8.99 today either. Today, as a special one-time offer, I am allowing you to access this life-changing program for the unheard of price of $2.95. Yeah, you heard that right. For less than the price of a car note or a couple decent meals at a restaurant, you can be with the love of your life again and have a healthy, happy marriage, build a family, and grow old in each other's arms. If that's not a steal, I don't know what is. And as I mentioned earlier, I do offer payment plans for my US clients who qualify. That brings the price down to just $73.75 for 4 months. I don't know about you, but that's less than my monthly phone bill. At checkout, you'll also have the option to add on my Get Your Ex Back guarantee. This is a live one-on-one coaching session directly with me via Zoom or phone call to give you personalized support along your journey. You can use this session at any time after purchase, but I do recommend getting several weeks into the course before cashing in for your session to help make sure that the information we cover together in our call is not a repeat of the information you already have in the course. Many people find that one-on-one coaching sessions are very helpful in addition to the reunion course, as it allows for extra personalized support and a safe space to vent and bounce ideas off the creator of the program itself. If you're the type of person who tends to have a lot of questions, or you just like the reassurance and direction that high-level support can offer, I definitely recommend including this add-on at checkout. The best part of the Get Your Ex Back guarantee session is that it saves you a ton of money compared to regular priced coaching sessions. A single coaching session is currently $199, but the Get Your Ex Back guarantee session is only $99 the day that you join. These sessions do not expire, but please note that this price is only available immediately after the purchase of the Reunion full course. You cannot purchase this Get Your Ex Back guarantee session days or weeks later, and it cannot be purchased separately from the full course itself. But I'm going to sweeten the deal even more. If you enroll in the full Reunion course today, I will throw in a one-time use discount code for 30% off any additional one-on-one coaching calls with me. This applies to single sessions and bundles, meaning you could save up to $537 with a 10-session bundle. To claim your free discount code, simply email me after purchase at manifestbest.contact@yahoo.com and say 30% off. You'll get a custom code that only you can use and save a significant amount of money on coaching. Of course, there's no pressure to purchase additional coaching with this course. Many clients do find that the course alone is enough to get their ex back. But your code will be available for 30 days after purchase so that you can use it just in case. If that sounds like a no-brainer deal and you are ready to take action, you can visit either of the links on my screen to get started right away. The price is the same whether you purchase from Shopify or directly from my website, but you may qualify for a payment plan on one site and not the other. So I'm including access to both options. I'll also try to post the direct links in the chat, but sometimes it can be finicky. So I'm including the links on the screen just in case. Now, I did say that there were 2 versions of this course. Admittedly, almost everybody goes for the full course option, and it's easy to see why. When you're truly in love, you want to give your relationship the absolute best chance of success. And the Reunion Full program is certainly that chance for many people. But they also want to make sure that help is accessible to as many people as reasonably possible. And that's why I've also created a mini version of the Reunion program. The mini course includes select curated briefs from several lessons in the full course. This means you still get access to the main essential points with practical applications so you can start ensuring a healthy reunion with your partner today. And although the mini version of the course is admittedly nowhere near as comprehensive as the full version, you'll still learn about the most crucial steps to start repairing your relationship and having a healthier relationship with self. These lessons are presented as a 76-page ebook that most clients can read through in just a couple of hours. We'll cover all the basics like how to work with your 5 pillars to reconnect with your ex, my top 4 favorite manifestation techniques, and how to create a daily routine that works without overwhelming you. You'll also learn some of the basics about how to live in the end, how to speed up your manifestation while feeling more patient, and how to safely remove a third party. You'll also get an overview of several of the main exercises included in the full version of the course. Now, I do recommend the full version of Reunion whenever financially possible. Of course, it's better to have all the information instead of a basic overview. And the additional support, audio files, and exercises are a huge help. But I do understand that not everyone can spare $70 a month for 4 months, even if they feel that their relationship depends on it. That's why I'm offering the mini reunion course for just a one-time payment of $67. And yes, my US clients still have access to payment plans as low as $16.75 for 4 months. That's less than Netflix or a couple meals at McDonald's. If you can afford internet access and the laptop or phone that you're watching this class on today, you absolutely can afford to save your relationship. But I'm going to sweeten the deal even more yet again, because when you sign up for the mini reunion course today, you'll also get my viral Get Your Ex Back meditation completely free. That's an additional $10 value just as a thank you to yourself for being decisive and taking action. And while we're talking about money, let's explore what it would cost you to not enroll in this program today. Think honestly about how much money you are spending as a direct result of being separated from the love of your life. Most people find that they're already spending a significant amount to cope with the loss of their partner. We spend money to numb out on things like alcohol, comfort food, television subscriptions, and video games. And we spend quite a bit on distractions as well, like vacations, getaways, day trips, and nights out, just to get our minds off of what we've lost. Not to mention how expensive it is to purchase a bunch of cheap courses and coaching packages that don't even work. It can get very costly to buy a little $20 program here and an $80 coaching session there, especially when you consider that those packages tend to be cheap because they're low value or ineffective. My clients have found that most coaches out there are charging money for the same regurgitated bad advice that you can easily find for free on YouTube. I even work with clients who have spent upwards of several $1,000s trying to get help from other coaches who, despite their astronomical price tags, were of no real help at all. And that's not even factoring in the time and energy investment that numbing and distractions and failed attempts suck out of you. Your time and energy is precious and cannot be refunded or made back. It's important to choose wisely when getting help. So ask yourself, is being with the love of your life and having a better relationship with yourself worth the price I'm offering today? Especially when you consider that the reunion program is designed to be a one-time investment and the only course you'll ever need. Take it from someone who has made every excuse not to take action for years. Investing in yourself is not something you should put off. And that fear may be coming up for you right now. And that's actually a good sign that this is the right investment for you. Fear means that we are on the verge of change. And you didn't attend today's class and stay all the way to the end for your life to stay exactly the same as it is now. Everything you want is on the other side of fear and discomfort. So acknowledge that little voice in your head that says, you shouldn't spend money, and what if it doesn't work? And let that voice know that you are not a victim of fear and doubt. That you actually do believe in yourself and your ability to be successful with a program that has already worked for hundreds and hundreds of other people in some of the worst situations you can imagine. Like Aria, whose situation frankly seemed impossible. Her ex, the father of her child, had left her during a very messy breakup. Soon after, he moved in with a new girl that he was dating. When Aria enrolled in Reunion, she felt understandably hopeless, but she was determined to get her family back together in a safe and healthy way. So she took a chance and gave it her all. With just a few months of work, she reconnected with her partner. He decided to leave his new girlfriend, and he committed to moving back home to be a family again. You can always make more money, but there is only one of your partner available in the whole entire world. Sure, you could learn to move on, and eventually you probably would get over the person you love and find someone else to be with. But, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, you're going to experience the same issues in your next relationship, no matter who you date, until you are willing to work through what went wrong in this relationship and fix your 5 pillars so it doesn't keep repeating. Most people end up dating different iterations of the same person over and over and over again. Most people who get cheated on more than once, even when they're dating someone completely different. Most people get dumped again and again because they haven't taken the time to work on their 5 pillars and stop the problem at the source. Most people date asshole after asshole because they're stuck in a cycle of dating assholes. Not because everyone's an asshole. Trust me, they're not. But because they haven't worked on the internal root of the problem. You can stop that pattern today. You can have a healthy, lasting relationship with the person you truly love now. You don't have to give up and find someone new only to have things end the same way again. The choice is truly in your control. And sure, you could put this off indefinitely. You could take your sweet time and think of all the reasons why you shouldn't get help. You could ruminate on everything that could go wrong before finally deciding to invest in yourself and your relationship. but you'll lose out on time. And in that time, you will build up more doubt and come up with even more reasons to stay put exactly where you are now. Because change is scary. You could keep spinning in circles because, well, that's what you know. That's what you're familiar with. And familiarity, even when it sucks, is more comfortable than change. You absolutely could give yourself more time to get discouraged, give your ex more time to move on, and give your circumstances more time to get worse. Because I promise you, they will. When you are indecisive, you are actually making a very clear decision not to change, not to do better. You are purposefully keeping yourself stuck exactly where you are right now. I've seen it happen literally thousands of times now. And the sad truth is that most people are not ready to get their exes back. Most people would rather stay with the devil they know than graduate to an unfamiliar heaven. Because at least the suffering that you're in now is predictable. And there's no telling what kind of suffering you risk if you actually went for what you want in life. But that's no way to live, in my opinion. And if you truly feel more comfortable giving up on your partner, this relationship probably isn't as significant as it seems. You are likely not truly in love if you're not willing to try something new to save your relationship. If your fear is greater than your love and your willingness to try, to be very honest, this is not the right program for you. My clients get incredible results because they are at a point in their lives where they are ready to try, even if they're scared, even if things do seem hopeless, even if there's a chance they won't succeed. They would rather give it their all and live the rest of their lives knowing that they tried everything they could to be with the person they love than to live forever with the regret of wondering what would have happened if they actually tried. So please, if you need time to decide whether or not to save your relationship, take the time that you need. But be aware that the longer you take to commit to a solution, the longer your ex will take to recommit to you. Your outer world is just reflecting your inner self. And if you are embodying a version of you who is indecisive and scared and won't commit, your ex will not decide to be with you because they are scared and they will not commit to giving your relationship another try. I'm not telling you to scare you into buying a program. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. And you deserve to be aware of the consequences of both your actions and your inactions. I would be straight up lying to you if I said that your chances of getting back together are perfectly wonderful if you decide not to get quality help from an experienced coach. I would be doing you a great disservice if I told you that everyone will get their exes back in a healthy, sustainable way just by wishing and sending good vibes and letting the universe do its thing. My friends, it doesn't work like that. People who get what they want in life get it because they're willing to learn how to get it. Saying things like, whatever will be, and if it's meant to be, they'll come back, to me sounds insane and lazy and wildly misinformed. That's like getting in the driver's seat of your car, turning the ignition, pressing the gas, but refusing to touch the steering wheel. You're a danger to yourself and others when you refuse to steer your life in the direction you want to go. And it's incredibly unlikely that you will ever arrive where you want to be when you just hope and wish that the universe does all the work for you. You have to be willing to learn and do the work yourself. No one can manifest for you. No one can fix your relationship for you. And your dream relationship is not going to magically fall into your lap when you're not willing to learn how to nurture and grow a healthy relationship for yourself and your partner. I do hope I'm not coming off as overly blunt. To be honest, my coaching style usually is pretty gentle, but I do bring this tough love when I can tell that it's necessary. And I know that this is the wake-up call that some of you need to hear right now. There's no need to self-sabotage your own success. There is no need to close out your love story and live a life of solitude. There's no need to keep repeating the same negative relationship patterns with everyone you date. Now is your chance to change the trajectory of your love life. And I'm here to help. Because if you're anything like my typical clients, you'll enroll in Reunion today because you truly are ready to make a change. You'll start feeling better within just 2 days of starting the lesson plan. Within just a couple of weeks, you will reestablish or improve communication with your partner. And in just a few short months, you and the love of your life will be back together in a whole new way that exceeds what you are even picturing now. Because Reunion is not just about getting your ex back. It's about recreating your relationship to be better than it ever was before. Just like Stephanie, whose ex not only came back, but was better than ever before, and proposed to her in just a couple of weeks after their reunion. Guys, this is amazing. This is amazing work that we do here. If you're ready to experience results like these for yourself and start rebuilding your relationship today, visit the link on screen or the link in the chat if the chat is working right now, and I will help you experience the love that you truly deserve with the person you truly want to be with. Now, okay, I do see we're running pretty short on time here, and I do have another class that I need to get to. So I'm going to put my email on screen for any questions so that I can answer each one personally. And that email, again, is manifestbest.contact@yahoo.com. But if you're ready to get started right away, and you're ready to commit to your relationship, you can jump right in to the program at manifest-best.com/courses or with my Shopify link, again, on screen right here. And don't forget, your exclusive bonuses are only available right now today. I want to thank you all for joining me here today and staying till the very end. You have taken a great step towards creating the reunion that you truly deserve. And I am so honored for the opportunity to help guide you and your partner back together in love. I really have the best job in the world, helping bring more love and happiness to everyone I work with. It's a blessing. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And happy manifesting.